this was like my first kind of proper formal and kind of multi-panel type things. I really wanted to make sure I had kind of the techniques and the format I needed just to make sure I can put my best foot forward rather than, getting nervous or, thinking later, oh, I didn't say this thing or I was a bit all over the place, not really putting my best foot forward for it really, especially knowing, how competitive grid is and how many people are applying.
Yeah.
Everyone who has an interview is a really, really strong candidate and kind of need every trick and every opportunity to try and make sure I stand out or I'm as good as them, I suppose. Something I think really benefited me was the kind of the live sessions. So these were kind of the week, twice a week sessions where we were able to kind of put ourselves forward and answer a question live, which I think especially early on when I was less confident in my structure, my answers was definitely quite stressful. But I think the stress of knowing you have kind of 20, 30-ish people watching was a good way, I guess, of emulating the stress of the real interview, I suppose. So I think that benefits me quite a bit. And I think just having kind of the regular practice with the kind of the submission of the questions to be reviewed by your team was quite helpful. As I had to it really made sure that every day I kind of sat down for 5-10 minutes and thought of a question that maybe my practice with other people I hadn't struggled with, tried to give it another go or answer in a way I thought was better and kind of have it reviewed by your team. And I think having a way where I have to do something one every day was a good way of making sure I just regularly did small bits of practice and I got quite very good, kind of very personalized feedback for it the next day. I think a
Yeah, you were.
combination of that kind of more regular practice and doing it live later on really helped me get into the flow of things. Definitely, I felt as the days and the weeks went on, I was practicing with people from the course and kind of my other colleagues and people in grid already. I could definitely feel myself. I had a much better structure. B, I think none of the questions really surprised me anymore. I always
Mm.
had an idea what I wanted to say. And I definitely felt even on the day, the questions I had, I didn't really think, none of them surprised me. None of them I didn't have an answer for or a structure for. And that, I guess, came through, I suppose. I mean, some nerves, but I did feel that I was prepared as I could have possibly been. I definitely didn't go into with any regret that, look, I should have done more of this or more of that, or I should have done something differently. I definitely thought I was in a position to hopefully put my best foot forward unless I had any nerves or any disaster in the day, then I felt I had done as much as I possibly could have done, for sure. So I think this year there was the big change to the written application. So I think in years previously it had been you had much longer answers and much more pro style, and now it was very much 50 to 100 words per answer, and you had to really hone in, and it was a lot more challenging in a way. I said to kind of get all your examples and portfolio and really squeeze down to just a few words and making sure you maximize your points. Having the opportunity to have kind of my kind of early draft reviewed by your team and kind of mock marks and suggestions on how to improve it, um, I definitely found quite helpful in that early stage. And I ended up scoring quite well above the threshold for an interview. I think that was really helpful as well. So I think definitely I'd say to anyone like applying early, even as you're writing a written application and having an extra third party review that definitely is really handy as well. There are so many really strong candidates for grid every year for every specialty, and I think you need every kind of skill and advantage you can to put yourself forward and make sure you get where you want to be. And I know I would definitely wouldn't have come anywhere near without it. And I think I definitely wouldn't want to be in a position where I was thinking at the end, oh, I should have done this, should have done that. I felt that the course like this definitely equipped me with the skills to make sure I had everything I need to definitely put my best foot forward and make sure I'm able to succeed to get what I want to get.